XRP investors and market watchers who are following the SEC versus Ripple Labs lawsuit will need to get out there soon. According to the code's 2022 calendars, a request for an extension was granted and the expert discovery date was extended to 14 January or would continue into the new year. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to turn on all of your alerts for our channel to stay up to date on all the latest XRP news. Let's get started, shall we? The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) startled a lot of people. Before being appointed to the Securities and Exchange Commission, frightening Gensler sat on a throne erected with money from Jeffrey Epstein and Wall Street. Gensler, unlike Jay Clayton, had significant government experience from 1999 to 2001, holding high-level positions in Clinton's Treasury Department. From 2009 to 2048, he was the chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission (CFTC) Insula, has deep ties to Wall Street, joining Goldman Sachs right out of college and becoming one of the firm's youngest partners at the age of 30. Moreover, despite his position as chairman of the strong financial regulatory authority, Bill Hickman received $15 million from Cincinnati and continues to get money from Goldman Sachs. When it comes to Gensler's views on cryptocurrencies, the source of his personal money and is added through association his time and activities including Spacefield. While teaching about cryptocurrencies at the slots, Gensler worked at academia before joining the SEC, teaching at MIT's Sloan School for Management and serving as a senior advisor to the MIT Media Lab Digital Currency Initiative. Even if Ripple, the company, liquidated XRP, the Ripple network might still exist, Gensler stated in a research article. These views contrast dramatically with those he made after being appointed to the SEC, prompting the obvious issue of why the turnaround, which makes his MIT study even more noteworthy. Who it was genuinely associated with and who paid for it. ITO also had a solid acquaintance with Jeffrey Epstein, whom Gensler previously called to as one of the world's most successful entrepreneurs. He was so close to Epstein that he took many journeys on the Lolita Express to Jeffrey Epstein's island. After persuading Epstein to sponsor Gambler's Lab with a $525,000 payment, Ashton paid Gensler's lab a staggering $1.2 million, allowing him to pose as the facilities manager. Advisor. In fact, even after MIT disqualified Epstein, the lab continued to accept gifts from him, insulting both the fund's usage and describing his contributions as anonymous. Epstein also served as a liaison between Gambler's Lab and other wealthy donors, raising more than $7.5 million from people and organizations, including Bill Gates and Jay Clinton's close friend Leon Black. He said at the 2015 MIT Bitcoin Expo that the Media Lab's crypto effort came together because we don't even know who's in control, and that he wants MIT to take control. Its viewpoint was clearly Bitcoin maximalists, claiming that the biggest risk to Bitcoin is the community's architecture failing, as well as the necessity of deciding which assets other than Bitcoin would be in or out, or altcoins part of it. How about Ripple, he too inquires. He was referring to the XRP Ledger startup working on a faster, more eco-friendly consensus method to compete with Bitcoin's slow fork. After joining the SEC, he advocated for Wall Street's preferred regulatory paradigm using progressive buzzwords and pairs like community architecture to open networks and a regulatory incubator that positioned altcoins like Ripple behind Bitcoin. According to Charles Gasparino of the New York Post, Gensler was the ideal frontman for the lab. After a flurry of enforcement cases against crypto broads and scam points in 2017, Gensler acted immediately, demanding a meeting with the then-chairman Jay Clayton in March 2018. According to Gasparino, Gensler believes Bitcoin should be recognized as a genuine crypto, but Ether and XRP were circumventing securities restrictions, trading as non-registered securities without SEC oversight. There's a justification for both of them, he told the New York Times a few weeks later. They should be classified as unregistered securities and subject to costly enforcement actions. The SEC was considering classifying the three most prominent cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP, as unregistered securities and subject to costly enforcement. The clear ambition of Ripple veto to pick a winning cryptocurrency and the desire of Gensler to be a top regulator were a wonderful match. In their June 2018 presentation, neither appeared to be as concerned. with setting clear, uniform norms that could be applied across the board as they were adopting regulations that were most beneficial to them. Gensler and the Howey test, a 1946 Supreme Court decision that established a system for identifying securities, never addressed the complexity of blockchains at ledgers. Ducks, on the other hand, can turn into giraffes, according to Gensler and Ito, provided that they are sufficiently decentralized, an idea not explored by Howey, but enthusiastically promoted by Ethereum and its SBC friends at the time. Gensler and Ito also offered his self-contradictory regulatory indictment of Bitcoin rival XRP, saying that it's an investment contingency. If Ripple vanished, all of these exclusions appeared to be motivated by a desire to utilize regulatory ambiguity as a Rorschach test for useful, self-serving ideas, allowing Ito to argue that cryptocurrencies should be kept out of the community architecture until regulators accept Ethereum. Gensler, on the other hand, has the chance to preside over the regulatory arena while enhancing his party's potentials with great enforcement activities, which might propel him to the next job as Treasury Secretary. MIT, on the other hand, is not without weaknesses. On his last day in office in 2020, Clayton filed a $1.3 billion enforcement case against Ripples, claiming that XRP has been an unregistered security since 2013 and that everyone should have known a class action lawsuit has been filed by over 15,000 outraged XRP investors, alleging that MIT left partial funding by Jeffrey Epstein and Leon Black. Investors are also denouncing the Securities and Exchange Commission, or as he sees on his last year in office. In 2020, Clayton filed a $1.3 billion enforcement case against, according to Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, the SEC versus Ripple Gates is progressing better than predicted. He went on to claim that the Securities and Exchange Commission in the United States is recognizing that targeting Bitcoin is politically controversial. Instead of engaging with the industry, the SEC is utilizing meetings with firms as lead generation for their enforcement actions, according to the CEO Brad Garlinghouse, pointing to the regulator's failure to provide a clear framework for crypto. These are the people the SEC is supposed to be protecting. Several XRP holders have filed a class action complaint against the SEC, he added. When Armstrong tweeted a supporting comment about Ripple, numerous Twitter users were taken aback. Many others viewed his statements as an encouraging sign that the price of XRP will soon rise. Others believe that XRP will be relisted on Coinbase.com. One source claims that Brian Armstrong and Coinbase are preparing to be relisting XRP. Some people are skeptical, suggesting that Coinbase will not list XRP again until the dispute is settled. The Securities and Exchange Commission filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs and its leaders, CEO Garlinghouse and co-founder Chris Larsen, in January, prompting Coinbase to delist XRP. When the Nasdaq-listed company tried to create a loan program, it ran into trouble with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The SEC was consulted about the product, and the exchange was threatened with legal action if it went ahead with the launch, so Coinbase decided to put the project on hold. The content in this video is made only for educational purposes and should not be construed as financial advice. As we all know, the crypto market is extremely volatile, and by the time that you're watching this video, the prices will have changed to entirely new levels, so all financial decisions should be made after conducting extensive research. Do you think the SEC's XRP-related charges against Ripple Labs and its executives will be dropped?